If you had to ask me what my favorite movie company is, I would probably say Illumination, because most of their movies are absolute bangers. Well, most of them. So, with Despicable Me 4 coming out later this year, I thought it'd be time for me to finally watch every single Illumination movie ever made. Now, to make sure that this video isn't as long as Despicable Me 4, I'm only going to talk about the movies for about a minute. Now, this might not seem that bad considering there's like 13 or 14 Illumination movies, but trust me, it gets really hard. Wait, no, I should have said that. First up, Despicable Me. This is the only Illumination movie that I have a DVD of, so I'm gonna be watching it on a DVD. Ooh, look at this disc. This is a disc. Ugh. Let's begin this marathon.
Squid lobster! Oh yeah!
God, I've been wanting to do a video on Despicable Me for a while now. So, Despicable Me was Illumination's first movie in 2010, and it was extremely hard since it was going up against DreamWorks' Shrek Forever After and Megamind. But, to be honest, I think this is the better of the three. I gotta say, Gru is amazing for a main character. I mean, just imagine Michael Scott with a freeze gray and he's bald. That's Gru. And, of course, we have to talk about the best Illumination villain ever.
Vector!
I'm sure everyone can agree that Vector is the best Illumination villain. I mean, I know some of his lines by heart. Don't believe me? Well, I'm gonna do it anyways. Vector! That's me. Because I'm committing crimes with both direction and magnitude. Oh yeah! But enough about Vector. How was I feeling after finishing Despicable Me? I'm having a bad day. It's about time that I get my way. Stay away whatever I see. Despicable Me. Just finished Despicable Me. Just as good as I remember it being. Alright, one down. 13 to go. Oh my god. So yeah, Despicable Me was just as good as I remember it being. And of course, I'll be ranking each movie. So Despicable Me gets 10 out of 10 because it's such a perfect first movie for Illumination. But guess what? We can't have two good movies in a row. No. Because I gotta watch one of the worst Illumination movies ever.
How could this night get any worse? Oh, I see, car accident.
You know what? Despite everyone saying that Hop is a bad movie, I remember actually liking it, so surely it can't be that bad. Well, that was a quick blur of 2 hours. I seriously don't remember much of that movie, even though I just watched it. The story of the movie was, very bad, but I really like the music. So you know what, I'm gonna give Hop a 5 out of 10. But now, we get to watch an actual animated movie again. Alright, let's begin the Lorax.
Let it die, let it shrivel up.
So believe it or not, the Lorax is actually based off of an old Dr. Seuss TV special. But you know what I thought it was missing?
Your tree stump? Mister, I am the Lorax.
The Lorax being voiced by Danny DeVito. Call me crazy, but I think the Lorax 2012 freaking slaps. From the music to the freaking casting. I mean, name another movie that has Ed Helms and Danny DeVito in it. And I'll say it, How Bad Can I Be is way better than being just a meme song. I mean, recently for Danny Ninja Metopia Animation 4, I used a clip from this song in one of the parts.
How bad can I be? How bad can I possibly be?
But while watching this movie, I kind of felt dead inside. Maybe because after this movie, I still had 10 other movies to watch. My name's Dan, my name's Rose. Our sorry, Granddad! The edit is in my head.
And my name's Rose. Our son.
Granddad!
Well, that was certainly the Lorax 2012. So yeah, I honestly think that the Lorax was, and still is to this day, quite an underrated Illumination movie. The cast of Ed Helms, Taylor Swift, Zac Efron, and Danny DeVito was good. All the songs were good. The animation was good for a Dr. Seuss movie. So, I think I'll give the movie a 8 out of 10. But now, we should probably check back on Gru, because they need a sequel. Alright, Despicable Me 2, let's begin.
Silas Ramsbottom.
You know what, I'm just gonna say it. While I do love the original Despicable Me, I absolutely hate Despicable Me 2. It is absolutely one of the worst sequels I've ever watched. All the new characters in this movie do not fit Despicable Me at all. Plus, the villain this time around, El Macho, is nothing like Vector. Plus, the jokes in this movie are unfunny. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have the humor of a 5-year-old. So, when I finally finished the movie, I was absolutely speechless. And not in a good way. Well, that was worse than I remember it being. So, that was Despicable Me 2. I really mean what I said. It's not a very good sequel. Like, sure, the new characters are cool, but I don't feel like the little girls, little girls, doesn't fit to the plot of the movie at all. Also, why is Happy and YMCA in this movie? Why is YMCA in this? Seriously, why is YMCA in this? 4 out of 10 movie, to be honest. But I am done for the night. I'm actually on schedule for these movies. Yes, I actually have a schedule. Today was just to get through Despicable Me, Hop, Lorax, and Despicable Me 2. But there's one more thing that I haven't told you guys about. Lore. So yeah, we're also going to be figuring out the Illumination lore and figure out what the heck the lore is for these movies and how they're all connected. So we're starting out with Hop. And if you guys have ever seen Chicken Little, you know that Indiana Jones is in that movie. And I'd like to think that live-action movies in animated worlds are like animated movies in their world. So I think that Hop is an animated movie inside of the Illumination universe. So we're just gonna do that. And the Lorax, you can see that there's pretty amount of Minions references in that movie. So I think that covers Lorax, Despicable Me 1, and Despicable Me 2. And you wanna know what I also think? Mission Impossible exists. So basically, there are 2 Mission Impossible references in these movies. One in the Lorax where you do a cover of Mission Impossible, and in Despicable Me 2 where Gru just flat out says Mission Impossible. So that also means that Lorax and Despicable Me 2 are in the same universe since Mission Impossible exists. So that's all the lore that we have so far, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, that one is Norbert. He's an idiot.
So, it is day 2. It's almost the end of the day, and I accidentally deleted all the footage for Minions. Why does this always happen? Why do I always accidentally delete footage? All I said was Minions was a good prequel, and it's 7 out of 10.
They say everyone's going to Brooklyn these days. It's making a real comeback.
Now, a lot of people think that The Secret Life of Pets is one of the Illumination's worst movies. But I honestly think that this is quite an underrated movie. I mean, this movie has Kevin Hart as a villainous bunny. How could this possibly be bad? I will say that there are some scenes that made me question life, like the sausage scene. But then again, it's just an animated pet movie. It can't be bad. Well, that was certainly the Pet's Secret Life. So yeah, Secret Life of Pets was honestly an underrated movie, but there were some questionable parts at most. If I had to give a rating for it, I think I had to give it 6 out of 10. But then I needed a break after watching 2 Illumination movies back to back. And hey, since it was Mario Day, I streamed Super Mario 64 FBS. And honestly, I think I deserved the break. But now, time to watch another one of my least favorite Illumination movies. Sing Do Your Worst.
There's only one way left to go, and that's up!
So yeah, the Sing movies are some of my least favorite Illumination movies, but watching Sing for this marathon made me realize how good Sing actually is. The songs in this movie are great, the story in this movie is great, and the animation just looks perfect. After watching Sing 1, I just don't understand why I thought this was bad. I mean, if you knew me in real life, you know that I hate musicals, but Sing was actually kinda good. Wow. That was actually better than I remember it being. So yeah, I did say that the Sing movies are some of my least favorite Illumination movies. Sing 1 was honestly way better than I thought it was. So, I think I'm gonna have to give it an 8 out of 10. It felt a little too long. But now, it's time for another goddamn Despicable Me movie. Alright, Despicable Me 3, it's Gruing time.
Being one in real life is even better. Heist music!
God, why do they keep making these Despicable Me movies? I will say, this is the first movie with actually a different aspect ratio, so that's interesting. But yeah, I really don't understand what they were trying to do with this movie. I will say, Ballister Brat is one of the best Illumination villains yet. His whole thing reeks of the 80s, and I just love it. But seriously, what were they thinking with this movie? What were they smoking when they came up with the idea for this movie? I mean, Gru having a long-lost twin brother that is basically him, but with blonde hair, and is also voiced by Steve Carell, is just insulting. Well, that was bad. So yeah, Despicable Me 3 was another stinker movie. Sure, Brat was a pretty good villain, and, well, that's really only I can say about the good parts of this movie. The Goyles also served no purpose in this movie again. I don't understand the point of adding in Drew, and the story is just all over the place. Like, I don't even remember why the Minions are in jail in the first place. So for the rating of the movie, I gotta give it to the title, because this is a 3 out of 10 movie. But enough of these bad movies, I gotta get into the Christmas spirit. Oh wait, it's March. Oh god, we're back in Dr. Seuss territory. So the 2018 version of The Grinch is actually pretty good. So as far as I could say, it's better than the live action version. So why did they do a remix of You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch? Why'd they do a new version of the song? The animation looks great for The Grinch here. The soundtrack is good, even though half of it is like Christmas songs. And they give the Grinch a real reason why he hates Christmas. This version, it's basically he's an orphan, so he didn't have a family to celebrate Christmas with. But then again, you're listening to a guy who's watching a Christmas movie in March. Well, I just finished The Grinch, and I honestly think the Illumination version is a good retelling of the story. There's probably nothing that I can say right now, because I probably already said that while talking about the movie, like, a few seconds ago. So, the rating of the movie is 9 out of 10. But honestly, after watching 5 Illumination movies today, I need a break. I am done for today. Alright, so what have we figured out for the lore? So we know that Minions is a prequel to Despicable Me. We know that. We also know that the Minions, it does have the Minions in it. So is DM3. Now for Secret Life of Pets 1, you can actually see Gru in the background. So that means that Gru is technically in Secret Life of Pets. And as for Sing, we can actually see a poster for Sing in Secret Life of Pets. So that means that these two are technically in the same universe. But how is Grinch in the lore? Well, as you can probably see, in every Despicable Me movie, you can see that Margot's shirt is different. So in Despicable Me 1, she's wearing a shirt with a Lorax on it. In Despicable Me 3, she's wearing a shirt with a Grinch on it. So yeah, this kind of clears up all the lore so far. It is now day 3 of watching these movies. And I gotta say, I'm actually feeling a lot better than yesterday. So in the last footage, I said that I only got 4 hours of sleep yesterday. And that's why I really wasn't feeling it when watching Minions. But the good news is, I only have 5 movies left. The bad news is, most of them are sequels.
Liam did something I never expected.
Max!
They just had to make a sequel. Now, originally, I liked The Secret Life of Pets 2, but rewatching this for his marathon, I thought it was meh. But hey, at least we still have Kevin Hart as Snowball.
Yeah, no, she's got a quiz today. Advanced spelling.
Also, for some reason, they changed the voice actor for Max.
You're an old blanket kind of a dog.
And Liam, he's just thinking ahead.
If you don't know, that's the voice of Patton Oswalt, aka Remy in Ratatouille, Nom Nom in We Bare Bears, and Jesse in Minecraft Story Mode. But still, I don't understand the sequel. Just finished The Secret Life of Pets 2, and honestly, it was kind of good. Sure, I didn't understand the 3 subplots of the movie, but it's good that they give us a little diversity in the movie. So I think I'm gonna give the movie a 6 out of 10. But with that, I only have 4 left. Alright, Sing 2, they sing again. Let's begin.
Better not, or I'll throw you off the roof.
Now, as far as Illumination sequels go, I don't really like them, but Sing 2 was kind of an exception. The songs this time around were actually really good. The new characters are really good, but the old characters have so much character development in this. But I gotta say, Jimmy Crystal, or whatever his name is one of the worst Illumination villains ever made. I mean, I counted, and he threatened to kill Moon a total of 4 times in this movie. My only flaw with this movie is that it feels a little too long. Well, that was also better than I remember being. So yeah, Sing 2 was actually pretty good. I think I'm gonna have to give it an 8 out of 10. But now, time for the 5th goddamn Despicable Me movie.
Somebody bring me a phone.
This movie is infamous for people actually thinking that was gonna be bad, and the movie got delayed for a whole 1.5 years because of COVID. Like, I'm not joking, the movie was announced back in 2020 and released in 2022. Plus, this movie birthed the Gentleman's meme. Remember, a bunch of grown people were going to see this movie in suits? So I was fully ready to go into this movie with a terrible Owen Wilson impression and go, wow! This movie is bad. But I just couldn't. Rise of Gru was really good. While the original Minions movie ended with the Minions finding Gru, this movie shows Gru with the Minions. Though why they reference the Despicable Me movie so much?
Cheese ray! Cheese ray! Cheese ray!
Just finished Rise of Gru, and honestly, it was really good. I loved all the references to the first movie. And the story is really amazing. Wild Knuckles was amazing. And I think I have to give it a 10 out of 10. Which is funny, because this is the first 10 out of 10 since Despicable Me 1. But now, time for absolute peak.
You really thought I'd marry you?
Kinda.
I've been wanting to talk about the Mario movie ever since it came out, so let me cook. I mean, an official Mario movie made by Illumination sounds unreal, even a year after it came out. So was I prepared to rewatch the Mario movie for this marathon? We're the Mario Brothers, and promise, again, we're not like the others who get all the fame. When you seek us in trouble, you cost on the double. We're faster than others, and you're done the brothers. 100% yes, I love this movie. I love the Mario movie with all my heart. In fact, it's my second favorite movie of all time. The cast of the movie is amazing. In fact, I think it's the best movie cast ever. The animation looks wonderful for a Mario movie, and the references to not just Mario games, but other Nintendo IP are stellar. Plus, the music in this movie probably has my favorite movie soundtrack of all time. I mean, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Take On Me, Thunderstruck, Peaches, Holding Out for a Hero. It's amazing. Just finished the Mario movie, and wow. That was peak. Cast was amazing, the references were amazing, the soundtrack was amazing. Freaking 10 out of 10 movie. And with that, I only have 1 movie left.
Totally alone. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Now, this video was originally supposed to end with the Mario movie, considering that I had the idea for this video when the Mario movie came out, but Illumination just had to squeeze out another movie for 2023. And to be completely honest, I think Migration did great ending off the year of great movies. Now, everyone thought this movie was gonna flop because, come on, it's a movie about ducks. And I thought they made Super Mario Bros. Plus Duck Hunt in the same year. So I watched it, expecting that it was gonna be bad. And I actually loved it. The cast for this movie was once again amazing. I mean, Awkwafina, Keegan-Michael Key, Danny DeVito. Why is Danny DeVito back? Seriously, if I had a nickel for every time Danny DeVito was in an Illumination movie, I had 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's funny it's happened twice. The animation, once again, absolutely perfect. Seriously, that's the only thing I expect from Illumination nowadays. Good animation. But while I was watching this movie, I just thought to myself, man, Mac is such a bad dad. But to be honest, that's my only flaw with this movie. It's just perfect. Well, I just finished Migration, and oh boy was it good. Considering that it bombed in the box office, I expected it to be really bad, but no, the Illumination Duck movie was actually good. The animation looked really good, the cast is really good, And I gotta say, Gwen was obviously the best character. So you know what? Freaking 10 out of 10. And with that, I have watched every single Illumination movie in 3 days. And oh god, was it a trip. So now it's finally time to read off the movies from best to worst, in my opinion. So, of course, best is the Mario movie. And then Despicable Me, Rise of Gru, Migration, The Grinch, The Lorax, Sing 2, Minions, The Secret Life of Pets, The Secret Life of Pets 2, Hop, Despicable Me, and the worst, Despicable Me 3. Alright, let's figure out the lore for the last time. The Secret Life of Pets 2 is a sequel, so that means that Gru is technically in it. Minions 2 is a prequel, that means it has Minions and Gru in it. Now, Sing 2 is a sequel to Sing, meaning that there could be a poster in Secret Life of Pets world. Now, you're probably wondering how I'm gonna make the Mario movie into this lore. And remember when I said that Hop was technically an animated movie in the world? Well, if you remember from one of the trailers in the Mario movie, all the characters from other Illumination movies came together to watch the Mario movie. So I am certain that the Mario movie is a live-action movie in this world. Also, another way I can make the Mario movie canon is Donkey Kong. So in a few of these movies, they say something about Donkey Kong. So for example, Despicable Me 3, Brat says it is on like Donkey Kong. And in the Lorax, the Once-O says playing the Donkey Kongs. And in the Mario movie, not only is Donkey Kong in it, but DK says it is on like Donkey Kong. Now, the final question, how am I gonna make Migration canon? Well, I'll tell you one thing. Taylor Swift. So if you don't know, Taylor Swift voices Audrey in the Lorax, and in Sing, they use one of Taylor Swift's songs. And in one of those trailers for Migration, they use one of Taylor Swift's songs. So you know what? I'm gonna add that. Another way I can make Migration canon is New York. In Minions, Secret Life of Pets movies, and Migration, there's New York. Which also, I could technically count Secret Life of Pets movies and Mario for Brooklyn. And there we go. There is every single Illumination movie connected. And thank God that they're not making any more Illumination movies. Oh yeah, that's the whole reason why I'm doing this. Well, considering how good Rise of Gru was, surely they can do good with Despicable Me 4, and not end up like 2 and 3. But luckily, after Despicable Me 4, there's no more Illumination movies.
I'm thrilled to be here alongside Miyamoto-san to officially announce our return to the Super Mario Brothers.
Okay, well, I'm happy that we're getting a Mario movie sequel, but that means that if I ever do another Illumination marathon, that's 2 more movies I gotta watch.